What's up guys, this is Tubbs here, and today we're taking a look at the third-person survival horror game, Dead Space. Originally, the developers, Visceral Games, were planning to make a third installment for the game System Shock. However, things started to switch gears when Resident Evil 4 was released. The developers wanted to make something similar, but with their own twist. I've gotta be real with you guys, this game really left its mark on me as a horror game. It was a stormy, windy day, and I was just minding my own business until my brother came in with the game. It had a floating bloody hand on the cover, and Dead Space written on top. I thought nothing of it, but probably just another horror shooter type of game. Boy was I very wrong. Story. If you don't want any spoilers of the story, then I suggest you skip ahead to this timestamp. It's kind of an old game, but I'm just giving you a heads up if you're planning to play the game yourself. Our story starts out in the year 2508. Earth has depleted many of its resources. Humans now look to the stars for hope and with no other choice, venture forth towards space. The USG Ishimura was created by the Concordance Extraction Corporation, CEC, to lead the expeditions and to find planets with abundant resources. Once a planet is located, the ship would crack the planet open and mine all of its resources it had until it's nothing more than debris. After mining a couple of planets, humanity was able to sustain and save themselves from extinction. Many expeditions later, the USG Ishimura goes dark unexpectedly, but was able to send out a distress signal. The CEC sends out the USG Kellyan to check and see what's going on with the ship. Our protagonist, engineer Isaac Clarke, is watching a video of his girlfriend Nicole, who was on board the Ishimura before going dark.
Guess you really miss her. Don't worry, we're almost there. You'll be able to look her up once we're on board.
We are then introduced to security specialist Zach Hammond and Kendra Daniels, a computer specialist, along with other two crew members.
Is everyone okay?
What? What the hell were you thinking? Were you trying to get us killed?
I just saved our ass.
After a rough landing into the hangar bay of the Ishimura, Isaac and his team press on forward but realize most of the power to the doors are off. Isaac checks a security terminal nearby, revealing a diagnostic of all that's wrong of the ship. Very quickly, the team is attacked by hostile alien life forms.
And that's a start.
What the hell was that?
Automatic quarantine must have tripped when the filtration system restarted. Everybody relax.
Well,
Not sure. What the hell?
I don't know. Something's in the room with us.
Jesus! Open fire! Open fire! Kendra, power! Kendra!
Come on. Come on. Got it!
Isaac, get the hell out of there!
Isaac is then separated from Hammond and Kendra, and things soon start to fall apart, but Hammond insists on finishing the mission and orders Isaac to prep the shuttle when they are done. Unfortunately, the ship malfunctions and blows up, leaving them stranded on the Ishimura. Hammond's still determined to finish the mission, even after losing a way back home. However, things turn from bad to worse as the ship starts to fall apart and Isaac has to travel through many areas of the ship to fix it. As he goes to one area to another, Isaac learns that the crew of the Ishimura came in contact with something from the planet they were mining below.
Precisely the point, Doctor. God's work.
I'm not so sure of that. We have to assume that the colony's problems are somehow connected to the marker.
You can assume all you want to. I do not.
It infected them and made them into these horrific creatures. Along the way, he manages to find Nicole, but things seem a bit odd as she seems perfectly fine after everything that's happened in the ship.
But I can help you now. Come with me.
After many more horrendous, dreadful trips around the ship, and sadly losing Hammond to a big creature,
Don't wait for me!
a survivor, Dr. Kane, tells Isaac to locate the marker on the ship and bring it back to the planet to end the nightmare.
The source, controlling the necromorphs telepathically. We were so stupid! But Amelia, she knew it could be stopped by returning the marker to the planet.
Successfully locating the marker, Isaac returns it to an escape shuttle with Dr. Kine waiting inside. However, as Isaac approaches near the ship, Kendra betrays him and kills Dr. Kine.
Sorry, Isaac. I couldn't let him go through with it. I suppose I should thank you for finding the marker.
All hope is lost until Nicole radios Isaac, telling him to recall the ship back to the Ishimura. Kendra uses an escape pod to flee, but the ship returns back on board. Both Isaac and Nicole fly to the planet to return the marker.
You're doing the right thing, Isaac. We're together now, the way it always should have been. I knew you'd come back for me. Nothing can stop us now.
After fighting through the hordes of the creatures, Isaac finally returns the marker to the site it was dug from. Nicole appears, but disappears while the marker is emitting some sort of light.
We are whole.
After it ends, Isaac leaves, but Kendra appears and shows him the full video of what happened to Nicole. Distraught and saddened, Isaac still presses forward to beat Kendra to the ship to escape the planet. But before he could, a giant creature appears before them and kills Kendra.
Oh my god!
Trapped, Isaac only has one option left: to kill this creature and leave once and for all. Miraculously, he defeats the creature and escapes just before a giant rock tethered above crashes into the planet, destroying it entirely. I really loved the story, and it reminded me of John Carpenter's The Thing and Event Horizon. From beginning to end, it's a heart-inducing psychological thrill ride with a open-ended ending. It's a linear story game, so don't be expected to be traveling to all of the parts of the ship whenever you want to. Gameplay. Isaac's not a soldier, but he has the tools to defend himself from these monstrosities before him. He has a range of arsenals, between a plasma cutter that shoots a straight energy line to dismember foes, a pulse rifle which is a military standard issue,
Nice.
a flamethrower to fry most of these creatures to a crisp, and more. I mostly use the plasma cutter, which quickly became my favorite, and the pulse rifle. You can use stasis, which can slow down enemies, and a must on higher difficulties. A telekinesis module, though I mainly use it to grab far away stuff. I tried throwing things back at the creatures, but it only annoyed them though. Visceral Studios did not want a HUD, believing it will get in the way. Instead, you have your health on your back and an ammo counter as you aim your weapon. You have a rig, which essentially acts as your inventory hub. It stores your ammo along with a map, any audio logs you collected to hear again, and your mission objectives. I'm always that type of person to keep check on my ammo in these type of games. Always gotta make sure.
Good scan. Monitor readings are off the scale.
Your weapons and your health can be upgradable on a bench, but you need to buy or find power nodes to use them. There are different levels of suits to obtain or buy, which increase your inventory space and armor, which are vital to your survival. I know it was a bad idea, but I bought better armor instead of more ammo. At least I died looking cool. Oh, and a word of advice. Don't be like me and make sure you conserve ammo, because once you hear that fateful ammo click, you're gonna be shitting bricks. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Close, close, close. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh, ooh. I guess I'll just throw medikits at them. Fuck. At this point. Might as well heal in case I get attacked. Alright, you gotta make a run for it. Nah. The variety of creatures are fucking terrifying and actually keeps you on your toes. You have crew members turning to these pincer-like creatures. Half a body crawling one that can jump really far and high. A baby? What? And more horrifying shit that will come out of John Carpenter's mind. Fun fact, these designs were based on real life accidents. So yeah, it's always welcoming to know that I can look like that after an accident. Some of the hallucinations I thought was real in the game. Well, at this point I think it was all real. Sometimes I felt that I was going crazy because I would be hearing things and stuff that seemed close, along with voices too. The ambiance was always unnerving, and I felt like I was being watched in every corner. Even if nothing was going on, I always felt that I was never safe. Final thoughts. Dead Space is still one of the scariest games ever made by Visual Studios and EA. I still remember being so scared that I didn't play this game for a year and a half to 2 years. I barely even finished the game at that time, and I was having nightmares about the creatures for a straight week. When I did force myself to finish it, I was having heart attacks in every chapter. Coming back to it now, it still gets me, but not as much as it did back then. The story is interesting and keeps you wanting to know what happens next. Any horror fan will love this game, and whoever wants a good scary game to play, then look no further than this. A 10 out of 10 and belongs on the shelf. Okay guys, this is Tubbs here signing out, and I'm gonna try to keep this spooky train going and crank out another video if I can. And if you enjoyed the video, give us a like, and we'll catch you next time guys. Bye!
That cross is an important artifact. It belongs in a
Shelf.